here's our function with a multiplier on the x, and as we said before, it's going to take the normal cosine function and just scrunch up that period a little bit. Let me move my face. Oh, to over here. That's a good place for it. Alright, so basically what happens is the typical cosine function starts at 0, and then once it hits 2 pi, it begins to repeat itself. So I want to figure out how does this change when 0 happens and when 2 pi happens. More specifically, I want to figure out when does this equal 0 and when does this equal 2 pi, like this whole thing. For what value of x will I be taking the cosine of 0? And for what value of x will I be taking the cosine of 2 pi? And we'll just set that 3x equal to 0. And we'll set that 3x equal to 2 pi. And that'll tell us where this new period begins and ends. So if I solve this bad boy for x, I get 0. And if I solve this one for x, I get 2 pi over 3. Fantastic. Let me make a beautiful grid here. And instead of going from 0 to 2 pi, like I have in the past, I'm going to go from 0 to 2 pi over 3. Now, if you watch the other video on how to break this into 4 equal pieces, you will know that this, let me think, I got to remind myself 1 second. So you will know that we cut the halves in halves. We got common denominators. If this is not making sense, please watch the other video. When I put the things on here, the numbers on here, I'm going to use reduced fractions. So I know there's a new 0 here at pi over 6, at 2 pi over 6, which is pi over 3, and this was 3 pi over 6, which reduces to pi over 2, and I'll have all the negative values, all the negative counterparts over here the same way. And once we have these in there, we're going to do the same type of thing. We're going to look at how cosine behaves. Cosine goes up 1, down to the 0 line, down to -1, up to the 0 line, just like this. It's the same stuff. It's just the x values have changed. So all the math for this happened in the other video, and it's something we will have to practice probably a bit. It's going to probably require some discussion, but I hope I'm making some sense. Concave down, concave up, concave down. Meow, meow, meow. That's all I got to say about that. That was an awkward stare. I was trying to think if I had anything to add, and I don't. It's all covered in that other video just before this one.